Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. We throw around the word fit all the time, but what does it actually mean, and how can you measure it? Well, today we're going to break down exactly that, the different parts of fitness and the tests that bring it all to life. All right, let's get into it.
So, let's just start with that big question right there. What does it really mean to be fit? Is it about being able to run a marathon? Or maybe lifting a super heavy weight? Or is it something else entirely? The answer, as you'll see, is a whole lot more interesting than you might think.
It's really easy to mix these two up, but this slide lays out a crucial difference. Health, that's the big picture, your total well-being, emotionally, physically, socially. But fitness is much more specific. It's all about your body's ability to handle whatever life throws at you, whether that's running for the train or competing in the Olympics. They're definitely connected, but they are not the same thing.
So, to really dig in, here's our game plan. We're going to start with the basics, the health-related stuff, then we'll get into the more specialized skill components. After that, we'll talk about why we even bother testing this stuff, and we'll wrap it all up with how you can build your own fitness blueprint.
All right, first up, the health-related components. I want you to think of these as the absolute bedrock of your physical well-being. This is the stuff that matters for everyone, not just for professional athletes.
So pillar number 1 is cardiovascular endurance. This is basically your body's engine. It's all about how well your heart and lungs can pump oxygen to your muscles so you can keep going and going. This is everything for a marathon runner or a long-distance cyclist.
And how do we test it? Well, a classic one is the Cooper test. It's beautifully simple. You just run, or even swim, as far as you can in 12 minutes, period. The great thing is it's easy to do, but its reliability can be a bit shaky. Your pacing or just how motivated you feel that day can change the result. Still, that final distance gives you a really solid score for your cardio endurance.
Next on the list, muscular strength. This is all about pure, raw force. Think of it as the absolute maximum power your muscles can produce in one go. It's that brute force you see in a rugby scrum or when a powerlifter goes for a 1-rep max.
Now, you might be surprised, but a really effective way to measure total body strength is with the hand grip dynamometer. You literally just squeeze this thing as hard as you can. And because your grip uses so many different muscles, your score is a scientifically valid way to estimate your overall strength. It's also a highly reliable test, so you can get a precise, consistent number every time.
Okay, let's talk about flexibility. And no, this isn't just about being able to tie yourself in knots. It's about having a healthy range of motion around your joints. It's so important for performing well and, maybe more importantly, for preventing injuries. And this picture of a gymnast? Yeah, it says it all.
The classic test for this is the sit and reach. You've probably all done this one in gym class. It's super simple, but there's a catch. It's only measuring the flexibility of your lower back and your hamstrings, not your whole body. Your toes are the 0 mark. So anything past that is a plus.
All right, so we've covered the health foundations. Now let's build on top of that with the skill-related components. These are the things that really separate the good athletes from the truly great ones. First on the list is agility. This is your ability to stop, start, and change direction in the blink of an eye, all while staying in complete control. It's absolutely essential in sports like basketball or tennis where you're constantly reacting and moving.
So how do we measure that? Well, with something like the Illinois Agility Test. Athletes have to sprint through a specific course of cones as fast as they can. The whole point of the layout is to force those quick turns and changes of speed, making it a really valid test of an athlete's agility.
Next up is power. And this is a big one that often gets confused with strength. But as you can see from the formula, power is different. It's that explosive combo of strength and speed. It's all about how fast you can apply force.
And this image right here is the perfect illustration. A powerful shot in football isn't just about having strong legs, right? It's about how fast you can swing that leg to transfer all that strength into the ball. That's power.
A classic way to test this is the vertical jump. You just measure the difference between how high you can reach standing still and how high you can touch when you jump. That gap gives you a direct measurement of your explosive leg power. Simple, reliable, and it tells you a lot. Of course, there are a few other key skills. Balance is all about staying stable, like a gymnast on a beam. Coordination is about making complex movements look smooth, like a perfect tennis serve. Reaction time, that's the split second between the starting gun and a sprinter exploding off the blocks. And finally, speed is just pure velocity, how fast you can get from A to B.
Okay, so we have all these components. And we have all these tests. But really, so what? Why go through all the trouble? What's the real point of all this testing?
While the reasons are incredibly practical. First, using valid tests helps you figure out exactly what you're good at and what you need to work on. Second, reliable tests let you accurately track your progress to see if your training is actually working. It also gives you real, concrete goals to shoot for. And finally, you can use what's called normative data to see how your scores compare to other people in your age group.
So when you put it all together, these components and their tests, they aren't just random ideas. They actually form a complete blueprint. The health components are your foundation, and the skill components are what you build on top. Understanding both gives you a total picture of what you're capable of.
So, we've broken down the real definition of fitness, we've looked at its core parts, and we've laid out the tests to measure it all. You literally have the toolkit now to truly understand your body's performance. Being fit is about meeting the demands of your environment, whatever that may be. So the only question left is, now that you know how, what will you measure first?